last night, but your first person meeting was a guy that you arranged to meet?
Yeah.
And
So I had somewhere to stay tonight.
so you spent the night with him?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
But I just made a post. I came to LA, and I had all kinds of messages.
Just online hookup thing?
Yeah.
And how often do you do that?
Flying out, I've only flown out once or twice, but till now.
But like in your typical,
Probably new dicks? I don't know. Like for a week that I don't have Aubrey, I might have sex 10 times or more. And usually new people are, I don't know, a couple at least.
so it's like twice a day.
Or like a few guys at once or something.
Oh, is that right? And this started how soon for you? How old were you when?
I started. So when I actually consentingly started doing this, teenager of some age, sex was really vanilla for a long time, and then I always like getting snacked and shit, and so here we are.
How old are you now?
34.
34. You enjoy sex.
Love sex.
You love it.
Love sex. Yes, usually. Yeah, I do.
And have you had committed relationships before?
Mm-hmm. I was in a relationship for 9 years with my daughter's father, and then a few years with my ex.
And that was, you were also doing things on the side?
No. I was committed. It was just us. Towards the end, I was like, whatever, and I'd sleep with other people or whatever, but not while we were together.
So you became single, you were free to do whatever you liked, and
I just took advantage of it and had fun.
And you're working.
I'm sorry?
You're working, you have a job?
Yeah. I've been employed since I was 15 years old.
And are drugs a part of your life?
I have a past history of drug addiction, pain pills mainly. So.
But no longer?
No longer. Alcohol, I drink.
How much? Is that a lot or just a bit?
Not as much as I used to drink. I used to drink at least 30 beers a day plus whiskey. I don't drink anywhere near that now, but it's still enough that it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
My flaws.
Does it help to open up, to make things move more quickly? Because I assume you're meeting people and then it turns sexual very quickly.
Having sex with them, like, does the alcohol help with that? I don't drink for that reason, but I'm sure it definitely alleviates some tension and whatnot. Meeting somebody new and doing that. So that's not why I drink.
How do your hookups usually go?
Typically I'll just go to their house or something, or...
And it's understood what you're both there for?
Yeah, it's very clear. Like, we talk about sex, we send pictures. I get explicit things about what they're going to do to me. And it just happens. We do it. So there's always that awkward tension. Like, when you first get there, like, so now what? So that's really annoying when it's really bad. Like, we both know why I'm here. Why are we just sitting here? Like, kind of thing. But, yeah.
You must have some crazy stories.
Yes. Anything in particular you want to ask about?
just whatever you're in the mood to share.
I think I shared with you about the guy that wanted me to be his sex slave, live in his basement, locked up, and then get me pregnant. I will sign over all rights to my child, and then remain a slave in the basement while him and his wife raise my child. Never met him, never had a conversation with him before this, nothing.
He wanted you to consent to being a sex slave.
And yeah, just getting pregnant by him and giving him my kid.
In the basement of their house.
Yeah, like literally. Then there was the guy that wants me to, for $2.5 million, drill holes through my boobs, brand them. Severe breast torture, but very on this end of the spectrum, rather than like bruises or something.
$2.5 million.
Yeah, it changed my daughter's life. Yeah, I don't know. I said no, and he offered more money. He said, what would it take? So
Strange world out there.
There's some interesting people, that's for sure.
But typically, you're just looking for a more conventional sexual experience.
I wouldn't say conventional. My favorite is like if I go somewhere, they just grab me, tie me up, and do whatever they want. I think that's the best, most fun for me to do.
Where it's a little bit of a dom sub
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I'm sub in bed, but outside of bed, I'm very independent. So
And what are the best ways of meeting these kind of partners?
I tell you, FetLife is where I've met majority of them. I've met people at stores or whatever and hooked up.
What are the cues that you get from somebody in a store? How do you make that happen?
Oh God, that's a good question. I don't know. I just get certain looks. Eventually,
I've
they
been to a
say
grocery
something.
store a lot. I've never seen any. I've never.
Well, if you give a girl a look the right way, never know what could happen. I don't know. But I don't know. There's certain looks that I get or something and get talking by chance about something and it just goes from there. Bad. Like, I don't want people to know where I live. A lot of people know where I live, like in town or whatever. But if I don't know you at all, you're not getting my address. Chances are, typically. There's been exceptions, but my daughter lives there. I live there. Our stuff is there. I'm not going to have just anybody coming over and, yeah, crazy people in the world.
Are there a lot of people that are interacting like this?
What do you mean?
They're just trading partners every day.
I think in the world itself, there is, like in the world of sex, there's a lot of people on the site that you wouldn't expect to be on that site, professionals, things like that. But I think there is a lot of people that have a high turnover. What I've heard, what I've been told is that women are not usually like me. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
men
typically men are
typically it's the men that are like pussy, 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 pussy.
right.
So, yeah. But I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Of my friends, I'm the only one I know of. So,
Yeah, no, I've known and heard of other women that are
I'm sure there's
that
others.
are like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, not personally. What? Where do you think this comes from?
I would guarantee childhood abuse is where it stems from, without a doubt.
Tell me about your childhood.
So starting as a baby, the first guy was very touchy, and I didn't realize it was wrong until I got older because I was used to it. I grew up with it.
But that started at what age?
I moved to that place, babysitter, at 6 months old.
It was a babysitter.
Babysitter's husband. So, I mean, I don't know when it actually started because, like I said, it was the norm. If you sat on Grandpa's lap, he tickled you and touched you and did this and that. And then when I turned 9 is when another guy started giving me tequila, started watching porn with me, touching, pinning to the bed, all that, beating me daily with a belt, with our pants and panties pulled down. That's something I still can't do is have men spank me with a belt. You can choke me with a belt, whatever the fuck else you want to do, but you cannot spank me with a belt. So yeah, I think it all stems from that. Mainly the second guy. Thank you. Mess my makeup up.
And typically, sexual abuse as a child will either make somebody
Asexual or
Asexual.
hypersexual, yeah.
or
I'm very hypersexual.
do the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. I go through spurts where I'm like, I don't feel like having sex today, like, but then I go through spurts where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have sex 10 times a day. Like, it just depends on my mood, I guess. I don't know.
Have you seen therapists, anything like that?
Yeah, actually. I've seen a lot there.
Has it helped at all?
I haven't seen for this. I've seen it for like PTSD and things like that. So, I take antidepressants every day
What do you do?
and anxiety medicine. So,
What are the most partners you've had in a day?
7's the most in one day. So I can think of, like, yeah.
Seven different partners.
Yeah, six was pretty much at once, and then,
Oh, I see.
yeah, and then one before that.
Does it make you happy?
And it helps me forget about life, for a little bit.
It's like a drug.
Yeah, kind of. It's an addiction, for sure. So, that's what it is. Helps me cope. Better than banging dope or something. So, in my head, I feel that way.
In your family, you've talked about this with your parents or anything like that?
They don't like it. They don't like that I'm here.
No, but do they understand why it came about?
They
It was under their watch.
That's a whole other episode. They know it's not really acknowledged well, the way I think it should be.
It definitely should be.
Yeah.
It goes on a lot.
Yeah, and I'm very vocal about it. The second guy was actually my stepdad. He's still in my mom's life.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of them.
It's amazing how many of them
Oh, shit, I deal with. What's that?
It's amazing how many of them are protected.
It's ridiculous. So it's whatever. I just gotta learn how to deal with it. Aubrey can't go see her grandma whenever she wants, and I don't go over there.
Do you have good memories of your childhood?
Yeah, before my stepdad came in the picture, yeah. Mom and I used to travel, go camping a lot. I grew up on the boat with Dad at the lake all the time, or in the woods. So I'm very outdoorsy, and I get that honest from both between those two. They're divorced. They were divorced when I was about, I think, 2 years old. And so that everybody's like, oh, it's because you have a broken family. And I'm like, that doesn't bother me. That's what I know. I wasn't living happily with them together for 12 years. Then they divorced. It was my whole life. It's like that, basically. But yeah, divorced parents yeah, boating with Dad, camping with Mom, traveling, that kind of thing. So it was nice.
But the abuse that you went through as a kid, did that change things?
Change
Like just your
relationships?
Well, just your mental state as a kid.
I didn't realize, yeah. So with the first guy, like, I didn't realize it was wrong. So it was just what it was. The second guy was very, very, very abusive, and my grades went from like a straight A student to straight F's, like in 1 year, done, over with. Boys, everything that I was doing was sidetracked all at once. So.
Is that when alcohol came into your life too?
Well, he started giving me alcohol when I was 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, tequila. So, yeah, that's when my dad's an alcoholic as well. So I think I get it from that, and then that with my stepdad and my dad, like, their shit. So I think that's where I came from.
Wow. It must affect you emotionally, like you depressed or
I had depression,
angry, stuff like that.
Yeah, I had. I can't say too much on it, but my depression last year got really bad. It's better now than it was, but I'm struggling.
Yeah. No, I would think somebody seeing a person that's titled, video is titled nymphomaniac would be, oh my God, this girl's having the time of her life. But I think there's a lot of pain behind it.
There is. A lot.
It's just a coping mechanism.
Yeah. I mean, I could travel, like, and come here and went to the beach after this, and stuff I don't get to do at home. But it's not easy.
What are you afraid of? What do you worry about?
What do you mean?
I mean, just in life in general, not relating to this aspect of your life, but just like
finances.
Yeah, like a lot of us.
Yeah, especially with what I'm doing for work right now. It doesn't pay the best, and my bills are huge, and my house is old, so it's hard to heat, and it's a lot.
Do you feel in any way this derailed your life, and you wanted that maybe you had dreams of doing something else? And
I actually want to be a veterinarian. I had a full scholarship to the University of Michigan for swimming, and was on track to at least compete in the Olympic trials for swimming. And my senior year, I had a car accident, broke my pelvis in 8 places, and I lost my scholarship because you can't swim if you can't even walk. So I got take my med flight down to Grant, med flight by land, down to Grant Hospital, our area's largest trauma center, and woke up and it was gone. Everything I wanted was gone.
Are your sexual escapades somehow, did it get in the way of your life and your job as a parent or anything like that?
No, when I had my daughter, it's my daughter. I'm mom.
You compartmentalize.
Yeah. I obviously am not gonna have a bunch of men over around her that I don't even know. Like, I'm not doing that.
So when you share time with your daughter.
Yeah, we do week on, week off. So when I have her, it's strictly like, well, I have friends who come over and stuff. Don't get me wrong, like just hang out or whatever, eat dinner, whatever that may be. But it's strictly mom. Like, I can't be fucking everybody that I see because I just want dick. You know, like I can't do that. And I don't want to put her in danger, obviously. So.
Are you lonely?
Am I lonely? I have nights where I wish I was laying next to somebody or something, but
even those kind of relationships that you're having often, are those satisfying in terms of companionship, or are they just kind of
not in terms of companionship. If I need something, I mean, I'm like, I'll call somebody, you know, usually there's somebody willing to help me with whatever. That's nice. Like a boyfriend would help you with something. But other than that, emotional needs aren't really met typically at all, except for like that one person.
What kind of emotions does it bring up after having some of these?
Like after sex?
Yeah, I mean, is there shame, or is it just joy? Is it just fun? Exercise?
I don't know how to explain it. It's not shame. I don't have a sense of shame. I probably should have more of a sense of shame. But for me, I don't know. It's just I can breathe. Like all my weight's lift off my shoulders for a minute, and it's like, you know, just then reality happens again. I gotta get back to life.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you have any regrets in your life?
Any regrets in my life? Yeah, nothing really. Like my biggest regret right now is not going to the East Coast when I was in St. Croix to see the sunrise. Like, I've done stuff I regret, but I mean, nothing really very poignant that sticks out to me or anything. Like, oh my God, I should have done that. I regret driving on the ice so fast and totaling my car and losing my scholarship.
Yeah.
But nothing else really. I guess I do regret being beaten into saying that I made it out this stuff with my stepdad. By him, not my mom. She was wonderful. So I do regret I regret saying I made it up. That's what I regret.
And Jessica, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?